Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Narayanam Namaskritya. Now there'll be a class in English, and then after 8 there'll be a class in Bengali. এখন ইংরেজিতে পাঠ হবে, আর পরে বাংলা পাঠ হবে। Arjuna Uvacha. Arjuna Uvacha. Kailingaistin Gunanitan. Atito Bhavati Prabho. Kimachara Katang Chaitang. Tringunanati Vartate. Kailingais Tringunanitan. Atito Bhavati Prabho. Kimachara Katang Chaitang. Tringunanati Vartate. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Arjuna inquired, O my dear Lord, by which symptoms is one known who is transcendental to these three modes? What is his behavior, and how does he transcend the modes of nature? Translation with repetition. Arjuna inquired, O my dear Lord, by which symptoms is one known who is transcendental to these three modes? What is his behavior? How does he transcend the modes of nature? Purport. In this verse, Arjuna's questions are very appropriate. He wants to know the symptoms of a person who has already transcended the material modes. He first inquires of the symptoms of such a transcendental person. How can one understand that he has already transcended the influence of the modes of material nature? The second question asks how he lives and what his activities are. Are they regulated or non-regulated? Then Arjuna inquires of the means by which he can attain the transcendental nature. That is very important. Unless one knows the direct means by which one can be situated always transcendentally, there is no possibility of showing the symptoms. So all these questions put by Arjuna are very important, and the Lord answers them. Arjuna uvacha karlingaistrin gunani tan atito bhavati prabho kim achara katang chaitans trin gunan ativartate. Arjuna inquired, O my dear Lord, by which symptoms is one known who is transcendental to these modes, these three modes? What is his behavior, and how does he transcend the modes of nature? So Arjuna asked three questions. Previous to this, Lord Krishna had explained how important it is to transcend the three modes of nature, and how one who can transcend the three modes of nature, by knowing the Supreme Lord, he immediately attains to the spiritual nature of the Lord. madbhavam sodhigacchati. Someone is promoted to the supreme destination by knowing Krishna. So now Arjuna, he wanted to be very clear that how can we know who is transcendental to the three modes? What are the symptoms? This shows how Arjuna was using his intelligence. Bhakti yoga is sometimes known as buddhi yoga, the yoga of intelligence. So Arjuna was applying his intelligence. And how can I recognize someone who's transcendental to the three modes? What will be his symptoms? Many times someone may be told that such and such person is transcendental, or such a person is beyond the material world. But because people don't know what the symptoms are, how can they tell if it's true or not? So Arjuna wanted to double check. He wanted to be sure how he could be able to tell if someone was on that platform or not. There may be many imposters or many who claim to be on the platform who are not. So in this way one could be misled. So it's very important to get the advice from the Lord Krishna here in the Bhagavad Gita so we can recognize a truly transcendental person. So in that regard he wanted to know what is the behavior of such a person. And again he asks, how does he transcend the three modes of nature? If we want to advance spiritually, this is the process, to ask questions, to make an inquiry. Arjuna wanted to know very clearly the answers to these mysteries. Everyone is asking questions in this world from the morning to the night. As soon as we wake up, we start asking questions and getting answers. The birds in the morning are chirping, asking questions. Where's the food? And they're getting the answer. It's over there. The radio stations, the television, they're giving answers and receiving questions. And as soon as the marketplace, people are coming, how much is this? How good is this? What is... Then they're getting so many answers. So like this, day and night, the whole time is spent with questions and answers. Yet nobody is satisfied. Because they're not asking the right questions, and therefore they're not getting the right answers. Arjuna is asking the right questions, and he gets the correct answers from Krishna. Therefore, in the end, Krishna has fully satisfied Arjuna. If we want to be satisfied in life, we need to learn how to ask the correct questions. We need to ask questions which will really benefit our self, our eternal existence. So Lord Krishna, he replies to these questions in the next 3 verses. Sri Bhagavan Uvacha Prakasang cha pravitting cha moham eva cha pandava na dveshti sampravittani na nirvittani kankshati udasinavat asino gunayo na vichalyate gunavartanta ityevam yo vyatishtarti nengate samadhukka sukha swasta Samaloshtasma kanchanaha tulya priya priyo dhiras tulya nindatma sanstuti Manapamanayas tulyas tulyo mitrari pakshayo sarvarambha parityagi gunatita sa uchyate. So now Lord Krishna is answering the three questions of Arjuna. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, O son of Pandu, he who does not hate illumination, attachment, and delusion when they are present or long for them when they disappear, who is unwavering and undisturbed through all these reactions of the material qualities, remaining neutral and transcendental, knowing that the modes alone are active, who is situated in the self and regards alike happiness and distress, who looks upon a lump of earth, a stone, and a piece of gold with an equal eye, who is equal toward the desirable and the undesirable, who is steady, situated equally and well in praise and blame, honor and dishonor, who treats alike both friend and enemy, and who has renounced all material activities. Such a person is said to have transcended the modes of nature. Here Lord Krishna gives many examples of a person who is transcendental to the three modes. If we study each of these points, then we can very clearly recognize someone who is of that platform. There are people who are actually on the transcendental platform. Great devotees who have fully dedicated themselves to serving the Supreme Person. But sometimes, due to not knowing what those symptoms are, or due to not following any of these symptoms, people do not recognize actually bona fide sadhus or bona fide saintly people. Instead, they falsely accuse them of imagined faults. This is like the story in the village of the man who yelled, "Thief!" There was a village where people were living very comfortably. It was a well-to-do village in India. There was enough food, grains. Only problem is that occasionally there were theft in the village. In the night someone would come, break into the house, steal the gold, the silverware, the money and jewels, and run. So this was going on. People would have their house robbed. As soon as someone realized there was a thief in the house, he would start shouting, "Chor! Chor! Chor!" In the whole village, everyone would be saying, "Chor! Thief! Thief! He's a thief!" And the echo would go throughout the entire village. Everyone would run to see. And they all be shouting, "Thief! Thief!" But they never caught the thief. So one wise man in the village, he asked someone to make a list of all the people who were present at the different thefts. And he saw that in every theft there was this one person who was there. So then he asked the chokidar, the guard of the village, to watch the house of that person. So every night he would hide in the shadow and watch. And one night he saw the person came out and took a bamboo ladder with him. And he went to one rich man's house, put the ladder on the wall, and climbed up over the wall, went into the window of the house. All of a sudden in the house a light came on and the person started shouting, "Chor, thief, thief!" And the person came running from the house with a box of something and ran into the forest. The householder was shouting, "Thief, thief, thief!" And all villagers came running, "Thief, thief, chor!" That person came back from the forest and he was shouting, "Chor, chor, chor!" The chor came back, the thief came back, he's shouting, "Thief, thief!" So how they'll catch the thief? No one knows. Then that wise elder of the village, he came. And just at that time they saw this chokidar hiding in the shadow, this guard. And the thief, he said, "This must be the thief! Thief!" And they all went, they're going to beat the guard. Then the elder said, no, wait a minute, he's the guard. Let me ask him what happened. So he called him over and tell me what happened. He said, this person, he left from his house, went to here, carrying the ladder, went in, told everything that happened. Aha, so now we have the thief. So he told the villagers, he said he saw the man with the treasure run into the forest with the stolen goods. Let's go in the forest and look for the goods. And the thief said, no, let's not go in the forest. There's too many mosquitoes, maybe tigers, snakes, dangers. We should wait till the morning. No, let's go now. There's so many of us, we have nothing to fear. And they went in and there they found, hidden behind a tree, all the stolen goods. They gave back to the owner. Then the elder told, this man, he's the thief. The guard saw him go with the ladder from his house, go in, take the goods, put here in the forest. We have the goods. This man is the thief, your own neighbor. And they all went to jump on him. And he ran. And as he's running, people are running after him. Thief, thief! And then he's running and he's pointing ahead. He's shouting out, thief, thief, thief! So the other people, they're watching. One man is running, thief, thief. And other people running after him, thief, thief. So looking ahead, where's the thief? So this thief, he kept escaping by shouting, thief, thief, and pointing to everyone else. But he was the pakka chur. He was the real thief. Like that, sometimes people, they say everyone is bad. Nobody is good. But they themselves are not good. This is a dangerous thing. So if we want to recognize who is honest, saintly person and who is not, then we have to judge by what the Bhagavad Gita is telling us. We can't listen to the thieves. They'll tell everyone's a thief. That is their nature. Except themselves. They'll say they're honest. Others are thieves. So we have to see who is actually following the Bhagavad Gita. Then we need to get their advice and their help so we can progress in our own spiritual life. Now, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he stressed this very often, that apuni acharito dharma pore ki shikao. You practice religious principle and teach by your example to others. Those who want to preach, they need to practice what they are preaching. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he personally practiced this principle of Krishna Bhakti. Krishna Bhakti koile sarva karma kritta hoy. If we do Krishna Bhakti, all success will be achieved. There are many types of sadhana, many types of dharma. But in this age of Kali, the most effective means recommended is to chant the holy names of Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Iti sodasakam nam kalikalmashanashanam nata parata upaya sarva vedesha dishrute. These 16 names are the Kali Kalmash and Ashanam. They're the destroyer of all the Kalmash, all the pollution of Kali, all the degradation. The contamination. If we chant these holy names every week, every day, all of the time, then we get immediately in touch with Krishna. Here from Oman, you can dial to India by IDD. You just have to put in the code 91, your city code and number, after putting 00. So like that, nowadays by satellite you can call India or America or anywhere. The same facility has been given by Krishna. By transcendental vibration, you can dial directly to Krishna through His holy names. We first give the code. Access code is important. If we chant first the name of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he is giving us the blessing, the Ashirvad, to chant the name of Krishna purely. So first we say, Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Siva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Then we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he met Shankaracharya at Benares. At that time, the Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he had taken his Diksha from Madhva Acharya, but he took his sannyas from Shankara Sampradaya. So the Shankaracharya asked him, you being a sannyasi, why do you sing and dance in the street with the people chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra? Why don't you sit down and study Vedanta Sutra like other sannyasis in our line? Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, I can speak something if you don't mind. If I have your permission, I can say something. He said, no, please speak. He said, my Guru, he gave me a verse from the Vedas. From the Brihat Naradiya Purana, he gave me this verse. Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Namaiva Kevalam, Kalova Nasteva, 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 Gatir Anyatha. That you chant the holy names of Hari, chant the holy names of Hari, chant the holy names of Hari. In the age of Kali, this is the only sacrifice which is recommended. Nasteva, 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 Gatir Anyatha. There is no other means, neither yoga or jnana or karma, which can bring you the highest perfection. simply this chanting of the holy names. So he told me that I was a fool. I shouldn't study the Vedanta Sutra. I should chant the holy names. Actually, Lord Chaitanya was the greatest Pandit, but he was presenting himself as a fool to win over these sannyasis. They were very proud of their learning, of their jnana. But he is revealing to them, without chanting the holy names, there is no use of jnana. Without bhakti, jnana will not bring the fruit. Even Shankaracharya told his followers, Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Bhaja Govinda, Mudhamate. Worship Govinda, worship Govinda, worship Govinda, you foolish ones. We need to. So then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he explained to them, my Guru gave me this mantra. I've been chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Sometimes I laugh, sometimes I cry, sometimes I get choked up, I dance, I feel a great ecstasy. So I thought, what happened to me? I become mad. My Guru is giving me this mantra and it's made me mad. So I went to my Guru and asked him, what does this mean? I'm chanting this mantra and it's causing me to laugh and cry and I feel so much ecstasy. Have I gone mad? My Guru told me that no. These are symptoms of Krishna prema, love for Krishna. This is the Paramananda that everyone is hankering for, coming from your heart. This is very auspicious. This is very good. So you should go on chanting, and this way all good will happen to you. So in this way, even the Shankaracharyas, they were finally convinced and they all began to chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So we are trying to encourage everyone to take up the same chanting. Lord Chaitanya taught, Grihe Thako, Bone Thako, Sada Hare Bole Dako. Whether you're a sannyasi or brahmachari or banaprasti or whether you're a grihasti, whatever you may be, everyone should chant the holy names of Krishna. This chanting is a very sublime and very easy process. Of course, coming to the temple, we can chant together before Krishna. This is a very wonderful opportunity. But not everyone can come to temple every day. They're busy with their jobs. But in their home, by themselves, husband and wife, children, they can also chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Very easily they can chant, they can sing the name of Krishna. They can also chant japa on the beads or counting. And by chanting regularly every day, they're giving themselves a great spiritual upliftment. They're transcending the influence, the contamination of the modes of nature. Sometimes life filled with so many problems. Maybe at the work, people don't